All right, so welcome back into another Dragon Ball Super Card Game video, and today I want to talk about one of the greatest blue leaders that we have in the current format today, and yet it has the greatest weakness, and that is the Super Saiyan 3 reboot Goku leader. And honestly, it's one of my favorite leaders, next to the Vegeta ramp leader. Those kind of coincide a little bit in what they want to do, but the thing about Super Saiyan 3 Goku is that you basically play the game and be rewarded for tapping out and then just getting that energy right back and then playing stuff on the opponent's turn. And while the deck profile or the deck list I'm going to show you in just a second is probably not the best to take advantage of the ones that or at least take advantage on playing on the opponent's turn, there is a lot of stuff that kind of makes sense and just makes it a really strong deck. It's just that what really brings it back, or at least holds it back from being meta or really good, is basically the leader effects. Of course, the front side leader effect, if you didn't know already, has the swing. You bottom deck a card and then you crit a life into your energy, and you only draw one card on Awaken. Those two things really push back this leader from being really good, simply because of all the hand destruction coming out in set 15, well, the set 13 current format, and as well as set 16 with all the greed reveals that have even more things. And the thing about it is that when you use the leader effect to actually crit a life into your energy, playing Deborah's and playing the Saiyan Instincts, which you technically can, is a little bit of a deterrent from the hand destruction issues that you might actually run into, because that's really the biggest issue for Super Saiyan 3 is aggro and hand destruction. Like things like critical, things like Reaping Hands, things like Dark Broly, those are the things that really hurt the deck. But everything else I've really never had an issue. Really just comes down to your playstyle and just knowing the deck. Of course, the backside is you swing your 20k, draw one, and then at the end of the turn you get to untap 3 mono blue energy. So back in the day when we also had the unrebooted, the original Super Saiyan 3 leader, is any 3 energy, which was just a nightmare, honestly, especially with the multicolored cards. You can just untap it in the end of the turn. If we had that now, it would be kind of nuts. And then you can just kind of play any of the multicolored cards from there as well. But for this leader, basically you're rewarded for this leader, you're kind of rewarded for playing carefully, and that's really what it is about this leader. You have to play carefully when you're unawakened, and then right into the awakened side, you build a hand, you build a board, and then you end the game as soon as possible. As a reminder, I am definitely going to be going through all the set 16 leaders, at least the ones that I find interesting and good. Most likely all of them. All of them look really awesome. But right now I want to get through all the set 15 / current format decks that I've been playing for the last month and a half. And the ones that I think are janky or / fun. But after that, I'm going to go through regular decks, regular discussions, and of course all the set 16 breakdowns. So pulling the deck up here, I mean, you can kind of see what I'm going for here, where obviously we play a lot of cool cards from the counter Baby Ape. You can basically tap out on turn 5 or turn 4 if you ramped, maybe a little earlier than that if you went first. And then on the crackback, just have 3 open energy, so that way you can play things like the Kaba, things like the Heroic Prospect, things like Sensu Bean and stuff like that. Originally I had things like the 2-drop negate that untaps 1, but it really kind of clogged up the deck and didn't really have enough attackers, which is why I have the Master Roshi and a Boonie and a couple others. And you might see things like the Android 18 that pretty much replaces itself. Well, it's like a draw to 20k body for free because you untap the 3 energy anyway. But those are your attackers. And we also have hit, because by turn 2 you either want to use the Saiyan Instincts or the hit to draw one, so that way you can kind of see another card and it replaces itself instead of just having either the leader swing to ramp. Obviously the Majin Buu Agent of Destruction Unison card is super strong, especially in this deck where you can untap a lot of energy. Again, this is where you can replace some of these cards, or at least have different cards where you can play Heroic Prospect at 4, you can play Kaba at 3. Those are kind of the ratios that I was messing around with as well. But playing a Boonie on turn 4 if you're trying to go aggressive, or playing the hit turn 2, swinging, untapping, or ramping 1 and then going to 4 energy, playing a Tapion, playing an Android 18, drawing for those two, or playing a booty, and now you have a bunch of combo power and a bunch of attackers. And then Fu with the Golden Avenger, those are pretty much your best closing winners slash cards. I mean, overall, I really like the deck, and for some reason for the last like few weeks, blue cards have been going up, and I kind of see the reason why is because blue cards are still really good. Stuff like the Calamity Challenger has jumped in price simply because it is a draw one, deflect, and is a blocker. And in this deck, it's live turn 2 basically, because what happens is that if you use, like, let's say the Zeno super combo or East Kai keeping watch, you can pay that 1 and then ramp into, like, turn 2, that is, ramp into 3 energy, and then pay the other with Calamity Challenger. So now you have 2 bodies on board for combo, and as well as replacing itself for both times, and a 15k blocker. It's just stuff like that I really like about this deck, and as well as the interactions with. And of course, the 6-drop Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I really like, simply because you get to draw your entire deck. The only thing that it really doesn't get to, like, you look at the top 4, you get to grab all of the mono blue cards, because you can only have 6 energy. And as long as you don't hit the Shrouded or the Saiyan Instincts, I mean, which is why it's at 2 instead of 3 or 4, then you're Gucci. The deck overall is pretty defensive, but again, greatest blue leader because of its effect to untap and as well as to ramp, but the greatest weakness in hand control, and as well as not being able to play Android 17 as a finisher. So one of the best finishers, if not the best finisher outside of Shrouded Fu for blue, and you just can't play in this deck, which is why you have to be a little creative in building a board on their turn, being defensive, and just replacing the energy as you go, and just curve out into the late game. Shout out to Ivo, I know he was on that deck, and shout out to the person who won the Vegas regional last year as well with the deck. Just overall really cool. And finally, let's just get into some quick overview of gameplay, so that way you can kind of understand what to do in the turns. All right, we're just gonna start it out. Vegito. Okay, well, hopefully it's pretty decent. That's all I can really hope for. Just get rid of these guys. We'll probably play the Zeno super combo. I don't think there's too many things that really affect it in Vegito, but I could be wrong. Really, you just want to draw as many cards as you want, or as you can, I should say, early on. And we have the East Kai, which is actually really good. Well, we gotta go ahead and charge maybe a bean. I think a bean will probably be good here instead of the combo, and we can always get it back with Zeno super combo as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and replace my hand here and just start it off and getting that Boo Unison, which is nice because most people just swing at the 15k Unison for some reason, and if it lives, then you get to draw more, and if it dies, you get to play the Boo. So kind of works out that way. Okay, seeing that charge already, I'm apprehensive in seeing or knowing what this deck is. All right, just a clean pass. We're probably going to charge this Vegeta here, since we don't really need it at this point. And then we're going to pay the 2 for the hit Unison and to see a card, so that way we have another choice to bottom deck something. And from here, I think probably Kaba or Abuni is going to be the ones who are going to be bottom decked. Or we're going to be one of the ones going to be bottom decked here for the leader effect. I'm just gonna swing, honestly. It's not really too much of a big deal swing. I think I don't really know what he's gonna be doing here, so I think we just get rid of the Kaba. Well, that's hard to say, actually. I think we just get rid of the Kaba. Ubuni is easier to play, if anything, because it's kind of guaranteed. Starting a God Seal, which we already have in our hand. I think one of the plays here is, I mean, I probably could have went 18 to Zeno and then hold Kaba for his turn, because I'll be awakened by then if he swings at my leader next turn. Not really doing too much here, which I'm okay with. I'm just gonna draw cards and do my thing, I think. So just draw the 2 here, and then maybe draw with the Zeno line. It will be active this next turn, plus I can also Shield's army token. Okay, passing his turn yet again, I see. Alrighty, so I mean, what do we do here, honestly? I mean, he's just giving me everything I can ask for at this point. That's kind of weird. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to respondo. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? I mean, I don't think he knows that this is for. I don't think that really works here because it's 2 energy. Oh, he beamed. Okay, that's what to say. Just bring that back into your hand. He plays it again, taps out, and I get all my cards back. So, okay, cool. Okay, then. I'm just gonna end this guy's misery here. I don't think he has anything here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and combo everything. Question mark, question mark. Okay, that's enough. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I think it is a GG. I'm gonna be real here. Obviously, this was not good gameplay, but first it was I got bodied by Majin Buu. Oh my god, he is going in, huh? Wait, does he have 2? Wait, does he have 2? Okay, I was about to say, I was like, almost had the 2. Yeah, man, this was not good gameplay, but at least you know what you should be doing in the first few turns if you actually can. I had a really good game earlier against green blue Majin Buu. I just kind of got bodied, and just not seeing the secret and as well as super combos early enough was kind of rough. And then I mean, that was a good game. The aggro was too much. And then we also had set 16 Goku, which was a pretty good game as well. It's just that it wasn't current format, so there's no point of showing that either. Either way, let me know what you think about the deck itself. Play with it, tinker with it, give me the list in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.